that at the Baptist church this morning. I'm just here to tell you. Stand on up and sing with us.
Welcome to a place where the joy can't be described. Welcome to a place where the love can't be denied. Stand up on your feet, sway to the rhythm of a positive beat. Here in the high vibration zone, enter at your own risk. The high vibration zone, where the celebration just goes on and on. Buckle up, hold on tight, enjoy the ride or maybe the flight. Here in the high vibration zone. Welcome to a place where the joint is really jumping. Welcome to a place where you feel the spirit pumping. There is no cover fee. The rides and the thrills and the chills are free. Here in the high vibration zone. Enter at your own risk. The high vibration zone, where the celebration just goes on and on. Buckle up, hold on tight, enjoy the ride or maybe the flight. Here in the high vibration zone. Here in the high vibration zone. Here in the high vibration zone.
Good morning, everybody. Are you vibrating at a high level already this morning? A few people are. A few others looked like you were doing a meditation during that song, which it's fine. You know, really evolved meditators can meditate anywhere. But if you're not quite up to a high vibration, welcome to the high vibration zone. The point here is not that you come in with one, but that you leave with one. All right? And then maybe you take it with you every day. So welcome. We're glad to have you here. This is Unity of Music City. We are a place of authentic transformation. It's who we are, and it's what we do. So you're in the right place at the right time with the right people. That ought to be a song, Judy. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that ought to be a song. I got a few quick announcements for you this morning. First off, this afternoon at 12:45, right after the service, in the Namaste Cafe is the Dirt on Composting. I could say something about manure. I have a couple of jokes. I'm going to leave them all just laying there, okay? I'm just going to leave them alone. You're welcome. But I'll tell you, anybody who shows up for this, Metro's going to give you the scoop on a simple guide to composting food and yard waste, and you'll receive a free composter for attending. Again, I think that is a guy who goes home with you and takes care of all this for you, but a light lunch will be served. Carolyn Bauer sitting right back there. She's in charge of this shindig, so see her after the service if you're interested, or just show up. Namaste Cafe. Namaste right up here on stage. All right. Look at this. At the last count, which was at 10:56, 4 minutes to 11, we are up to 16 of these things. So if you don't know what the heck this is about, this was about filling a backpack for a Metro school child to get ready for fall, in case their mamas and their daddies are having a little tough squeeze and can't quite buy all the pencils and the pens and the markers they need. We were going to put some together. We started off thinking we were going to put together 5. We decided to double that and say, let's try to do 10, shall we? And then y'all stepped up hugely last Sunday, hugely, and we already have 16, and I hear there are more coming. We will take as many as you want to bring, so thank you, thank you, thank you. We also continue to have a needs list in the foyer for the Dodson Chapel Food Pantry. That's where these backpacks are going. So please check that out when you come or go. Always check out and see what the Dodson Chapel food pantry folks need. I believe that's all I have about them. Coming up, I just want to tell you about a few things coming up in the distant future. Anything beyond this week is the distant future for me, by the way. Friday, July 27th, we've got a Spirituality Unplugged coming up. That was supposed to be first, I think. But anyway, I'm going to mention it quickly with Frank Castellano, Friday, July 27th. I'll mention it more next week. But Saturday, August 4th, this is the biggie right here. We want to keep talking this up. At some point, probably next week, we'll have some posters for you to hand out. A night with John McAndrew. His special guests are going to include some drummer guy named Kenny Malone. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I wish you had done that for a living, Kenny. You're pretty good at it. Really. You're pretty good at it. Brian Cummings, Voices of Unity. It's $15 at the door or $12 in advance at our website. All of the proceeds benefit Unity of Music City. Thank you, John McAndrew, for that. For those of you who've seen him sing on a Sunday morning, you know you want to get your tickets. But now it's your turn to sing. Let's stand up and do it again, shall we?
You should see what a lovely, lovely world this would be if everyone learned to live together. Seems to me such an easy, easy thing it should be. Why can't you and me learn to live together? All the world over, it's easy to see. People everywhere just want to be free. Listen, please, listen, that's the way it should be. Peace in the valley, people gotta be free. There's a man who is down and needs a helping hand. All he needs is you to understand and to put him through. Seems to me we got to solve it individually. I'll do unto you what you do to me. All the world over, it's easy to see. People everywhere just want to be free. Listen, please, listen, that's the way it should be. Peace in the valley, people gotta be free. Shout it from the mountains or out to the sea. No two ways about it, people gotta be free. Listen, please, listen, that's the way it should be. People everywhere just gotta be free. Shout it from the mountains or out to the sea. No two ways about it, people gotta be free. Listen, please, listen, that's the way it should be. People everywhere just gotta be free.
There, y'all sound good this morning. Have y'all been practicing? Did you do vocal warm-ups in the car on your way here? Because you sound excellent. Maybe it's because we have the young'uns over here in the audience with us. You see the young'uns? Yeah, it's Multi-Gen Sunday. We always love Multi-Gen Sunday because we get a little injection of some youthful energy, and some of us could use that. Just saying. I'm just going to speak for myself on that. Some of us could use that. Just a few quick things here. First off, Lunch Bunch continues to meet through the month of July at 11:30 on Wednesdays in the Namaste Cafe. So if you've got time in the middle of the day on Wednesday, come on out and join us. There are no Wednesday evening classes in the month of July. We take a little hiatus for the month, but I'll tell you this. Go ahead and put it on your calendar now. Starting in August, the next series, I think Denise talked about this in her Daring Daydreams, if I remember correctly. It's all gonna be entitled, You Can Heal Your Life. Now, I don't know if you know this, but there's a book called that. Have y'all read that book? Yeah. You Can Heal Your Life. It's going to be, I believe, talked about on Sunday morning by Reverend D and Wednesday night classes. So put it on your calendar. Come out and join us. One last thing before I turn it over to B. We like to remind you periodically that we are a tithing church. We live in the flow of abundance. And we know that that flow means that it comes in and it goes out, and it comes in and it goes out. And so I want to just let you know that our church tithe recipient for this week will go to Silent Unity. Silent Unity is the wonderful service from Unity Village in Missouri where you can call at any time, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year for prayer, and someone will join you and hold the sacred space for you. So we like to support that. B?
Good morning. Just a quick reminder that the prayer chaplains are here to pray with you, and if you would like prayer, look for somebody wearing a little stole. This morning, when I do the sacred reading, Brianna is going to help me. So here we go. Within each of us is a spark that defines us as divinely human and humanly divine. It is that connection with our higher self. Even though there may be times that my connection feels weak, it is always there. It is up to me to pay attention or be mindful in each and every moment with my thoughts, my emotions, my words, and my actions. So, the affirmation: I am free to be me, living the truth I know. Together, I am free to be me, living the truth I know.
I am free to live the truth I know. So how do I know what truth I am living in each moment? I first must remember who I am and why I am here. Those two important beliefs seem to pave the way for all of my decisions in my life. When I remember who I am and why I am here, I can then begin to create heaven on earth right here, right now.
The process of remembering has to do with reintegrating various pieces and parts of myself. I do this process of reintegration by taking steps on my pathway. Sometimes the steps are easy, and sometimes they can become challenging. So I remember to breathe. Breathing helps me focus as I am making decisions and discerning what is mine to do and what is not mine. As I continue to make those decisions, I ask myself one important question. Is it pulling at my heartstrings? If the answer is yes, then it is mine to do. If the answer is no, I release the moment without judgment, for it was simply placed there for another. I then use my breath to center myself, exhaling to release, and then rebalancing my inhales and exhales.
When I am balanced, I say, I'm taking this time to create my day, and I'm affecting the quantum field. Living, loving spirit, show me a sign that you paid attention and bring it to me in such a way that I will be surprised and that I will know that it is from you.
So just breathe into that statement that you just heard Brianna say. And settle into your seats. And anything that you might have brought in with you this morning that you want to let go of, exhale now. Just let it go. When you begin your process with an exhale, you're telling the universe there's something happening here that's different. And I want to reset myself in this now moment. And so then I focus on my inhales and my exhales, allowing them to become balanced within me. And as I become more and more balanced, it's easier to drop those 18 inches from my head to my heart. Continuing to breathe. and remembering I am free to be me. In this now present moment, I am free to be me. And so what does being free to be me look like? What does it look like in my life? Because when I am free to be me, I am free to live the truths that I know in that now moment. So what are the truths that are present for me in this now moment? The beliefs that are driving my bus. I am free to be me, living the truth that I know in the silence, in the silence. I am free to be me, living the truth that I know, the truth that resonates with my very being in this moment. I am free and I am unlimited to live as me right here and right now.
Free.
because it's on. Hi.
It's a cricket. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just slow it down a little bit. There you go.
I was in a hurry.
Got excited. I took a short vacation to the Gulf of Mexico. Every day I'd see this fella with his tackle box and pole, and he'd fish all day long. So one day I went out walking, and when I got down to his spot, me and him got to talking. I said, have you ever thought about what you are gonna do with your life? I said, I'm about to share with you my secret to success, so you can go make something of yourself. You can sell these fish you're catching, you can buy yourself a boat, hard work and dedication, and the next thing that you know, you reinvest your money, you'll be captain of the fleet, and you'll be sitting pretty down on Easy Street. You can do anything that you wish. He said, you mean fish? His simple words of wisdom hit me right between the eyes, and it really got me thinking about the way I live my life. 'Cause I just work and I work all day long. So I asked myself a question that I knew the answer to. Is success a second mortgage in a big house with a pool? Or is it a chair, the salty air, wet in the lime? The advice I tried to give him to take him to the top was really nothing more than just a crock. You can sell these fish you're catching, you can buy yourself a boat, hard work and dedication, and the next thing that you know, you reinvest your money, you'll be captain of the fleet, you'll be sitting pretty down on Easy Street, and you can do anything that you wish. He says, you mean fish? So I went and bought some tackle and a bucket full of bait. You can find me here most every day, with my chair sitting here next to him, and we just fish. Yeah, fish. Yeah, fish, 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 fish.
Repeat after me. I am free to be me. Did you hear that song? Did you pay attention? Sometimes we think that me needs to be something different, right? What if you are exactly where you're supposed to be, doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing right now in this moment? And that you're free to be who you are. And none of us are going to go, oh, Because all we can really do at any moment in our life is be us. Anybody in here tried to be something else before? I have. It doesn't work. We try to be something else for somebody else. And you know what? By the time you get to that mark, they've moved it. And then you still aren't what they need for you to be, whatever that was. Try being a unity minister. It happens every day, all day long, constantly. Somebody has moved their mark. It's like, I don't even know where that is at this point in time. Try being on the school board, right? They move the marks constantly every day. You have to live the truth you know. Hence the issue. Hence why people say they come to New Thought churches. Because they want to examine belief systems and truths. But then when they begin to realize that we're not going to hand you a box to stick yourself in so that you're safe, then it gets a little wonky at times. But most of us sitting in here have been in those boxes. Some of us have dug little holes in them to peek out. Kicked the sides down, smushed the sides down, done all kinds of things. I set mine on fire several times with my Ariesness. You know, it's like, let's just burn this up. So we've been focusing this whole month on freedom. I just want you to breathe into that. Freedom. I can't tell you what it means for you to be free. I know what it means for me. But we all have to go inside and figure it out. Yes. Kedrick said whatever he said is right. Woohoo! The issue is that some of us have given up the belief that we can be. And so that's what this month has all been about. It's like reestablishing that if what I want to do is fish, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't let somebody else tell you, no, you got to do something different than that. So what is freedom? Yeah. I've been offering you all some quotes this month. I'm going to remind you of some of them. Stop backing out of hell, start walking into heaven. That's freedom. Tell me, when you're backing out of hell, what do you keep seeing? That's the deal. And so the way you do this is this. And I've had people come up to me and say, and some of you may be sitting out there, repentance, the real word just means change your thoughts. No, it's more than that. If you go back and dig deep enough in the original text, you have to turn around and go the other way. I can change my thoughts all day and not do anything any different because I'm afraid. Can you hear that? Because I've gone to every class. I've got all kinds of degrees on my wall. And none of that helps me go the other way. I have to go, okay, you can have 400 degrees and you can know all of this stuff, but until you decide to walk a different lane, nothing changes. Say something with me. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Do you understand that? Good for him. He probably gets that better than any of us. Yes, he does. This is going to be fun. I can't wait. Woo! I have other unity ministers that ask me, how do you do this multi-gen thing? And they're scared to do it, Steph. You know that. And I'm like, you just have to let it all go. There you go. You do. It's like, how do you do this thing? You have to trust. You know, it's like I tell brides and grooms, or two brides or two grooms, when they want to do a wedding ceremony, one of the first questions I ask him, are you going to have children in your service? And when they say yes, I said, then you have to let go. And they look at me weird, and I'm like, because you can't control what children do. I've seen them do the darndest things in the middle of a service. So just let it go. So here comes this process that we talked about a few weeks ago. Freedom is not the same thing as independence. You can be offered freedom, but you don't take your independence because you are codependent. I could do a whole 4 weeks on codependency, or at least. If you make a decision based on what someone else wants, guess what? I know I saw some of you go, blow out a lot. Let it out. Because every time I make a decision based on what somebody else wants me to do, I'm trying to make sure they're okay. We're all guilty. So don't look at your neighbor and go, see? We all do it. But be aware that you're doing it, because when you're doing it, you're not free and independent, really. Unless you made a pact with that individual in that moment to co-create together. That doesn't mean that you're married to them. There's a difference. Just because Judy and I live in the same house does not mean every decision I make or she makes, we're making sure that the other person is okay. And we're still together almost, it'll be 20 years on the 17th, believe it or not. Relationships can last. They can. She survived me. Can you believe it? How many of you have given somebody else the calculator for your life at times? Some of you, I know you have. You just are embarrassed to raise your hand. We all have. And said, okay, you give me my self-worth. And as long as I can make you happy, then everything will be okay. Until it's not, right? And then you go, whoa. But you said the line was right here, and I'm right here at this line. And you changed it. So now what? So everybody breathe. We've learned that we have to pay attention to what we're looking at. If we're still looking at hell, we're going to keep creating hell. Over and over and over. If we give somebody else the calculator for our own self-worth, then I'm going to be codependent on them for the rest of my life. The rest of my life. Do you know how long that is? That's a long time. She didn't know I was going to put that up there this morning. This is your thought for today as we get ready to talk about unity principles. This is something Judy Blackwelder taught band students for at least 150 years. At least. It feels that way to her, I think. This is one of the things I teach people when I work with them individually. Everything you do affects everybody else, and most people go, oh, no. Yeah, it does. Every thought you think, every word you say, every emotion you feel. Every sweet thing you say, every nasty thing you say, every emotion you feel, even the nasty ones. They all affect the energy field. Now, I don't say that to tell you, oh, dear God, now I've got to flog myself. I say that for you to be aware. That's all this is about being aware. That everything you do affects everyone else. Everything. Think how you would feel if you were the person sitting there fishing and somebody came to you and said, I'm going to tell you how to live a marvelous life. You ever had that happen to you? I have. It was called a mama. I'm going to tell you what I think you should do. She thought I should be a nurse. I don't like blood. I don't like poop. I don't like puke. I don't like... Everything you do and say and think and feel affects everyone else. So, before our amazing kids get up here, I'm going to give you basic unity Denise style, and then you're going to get to see it basic unity our youth style. That's pretty simple. In fact, I've shared with some of you, I was at a unity conference one time, and they asked all the ministers that were there to come together for a day-long, 8-hour process, and we had to boil all of unity down to one word. That was it. That was it. That we are all one. And everything I do affects everybody else. Because if I know that I'm all one and I'm saying something nasty about somebody, guess what? On some level, they feel it. And some of us who are empathic know it. That's why we look at you funny when you come in the next time. It's like, oh, interesting. So everybody breathe again. There's only one presence and one power, and we're all a part of it. It can be called the divine matrix. Whatever you want to call it, we're all connected in it. We are told if a butterfly flaps its wings in China, it affects the weather patterns in the United States. I will tell you what my son Austin said. Excuse me for all of you all that are here, but he used to be sitting where you are. So does that mean that if I fart, then somebody in China can smell it? I'm like, let's sure hope not. Those of you that know Austin know that he would ask such a thing. But that was his thought as a teenage boy, okay? But he was trying to get it. I am divine. You are divine. Even when we act a fool, we're still divine. Isn't that wonderful? Does it not make you smile? Nikki got it. Nikki grinned at me. Yay! Even when I act a fool, I'm still divine. Yay! That means that it's all okay. That does mean that what I said and what I did affects everybody, but I can also reset. I can also say I'm sorry. I can also come back into the fold and be loved. Does that make sense? That's what it's about. One divine thought. 2 Sundays ago, I said, if you want to know anything about what new thought is about, it's think a new thought. Bada boom, bada bing. That's it. So when I walk in and I'm an Eeyore, my life is so hard and it's terrible and all I need to do is think a new thought. Because whatever it was I was thinking got me to that place of being And if some of you are brave enough in August and September, the way you heal your life is think a new thought. That's what we're going to do for all of August and all of September, is think a different thought. If I am physically ill, I need to think a new thought. If I can't pay my mortgage, I need to think a new thought. Does that make sense? That's how we create something different instead of backing out of hell all the time. And then in unity, we add the praying and meditate part. I sit in the silence. I speak out what is the truth that I know in the moment. and I sit in the silence. Those of you that were good enough to yourself to come on the Stepping into Your Abundance evening, know that one of the things Bonnie said to all of us is spend time in the silence every day. Do you understand how that can help you? Just be quiet. And just be quiet. And just be in the silence. Judy and I have been gifted because of her mother and her father's business all these years to have this amazing home on the Tennessee River. And I promise you, we can hear a leaf fall off the tree and hit the ground. Be quiet. You have no idea what you can hear when you are quiet. What's that last little 3-letter word? There's where the rubber meets the road. I've shared this little bit with some of you, but years and years ago, probably almost about the time I went to ministerial school, a lot of Unity churches had one divine thought, pray, and then meditate, and they didn't have ACT. Because most Unity churches were known as the people who sat and went. In fact, the first time I met Enoch Fuzz and we had lunch together, he said, "Aren't y'all the people that just sit and go?" And I said, "Do I look like I would sit and go all the time?" No. But that's what people think. Which is why this minister for the last 2 years has been lighting a fire under booties. Because we have to act. If nothing changes, what? If nothing changes, nothing changes. If I don't show up any differently, nothing is going to change. So what I want you to do this morning is I want you to think about giving yourself permission, Nikki, and other people that are going to pull this off up here. This is a song we've been singing all this month. Nobody else can give yourself permission to be free and happy but you.
Come on, stand up and join me. I give myself permission to be happy and free. It's a spiritual condition that serves others and me. I give myself permission to be happy and free. Permission to be happy and free. It's a spiritual condition that serves others and me. I give myself permission to be happy and free.
So speaking about freedom, right? I attended a Unity conference a year ago, almost a year ago. Shell and I went, and got the opportunity. I was presenting 12 Powers Yoga, and I got the opportunity to be in the presence of a woman named Trish Yancey, who was presenting some of her work. And as she was up there speaking, every feeling inside of me said, I want it. I want it. And before I could get to her, I think it was, she was already to me. And I got the opportunity of creating lesson plans for a book called The Five Come Alive. And so sometimes I tend to overthink things. People that know me definitely know I take a lot of classes, I read a lot of books. I was given the advice a couple months ago by a high school friend that I should quit reading so much self-help. And I said, thank you. So when I show up on Sundays, there's something freeing about being able to present things like this in a simplistic way. I get in the car and I go, wow, it really is that simple. And our youth get to remind me of that every Sunday, because I think I would be in a whirlwind of thought if I didn't have that. So thank you, Unity of Music City Youth. And I hope you guys can sit back, take a breath, and feel the same way as our Unity of Music City Youth present The Five Come Alive.
Principle number 1. God is all good and active in everything and everywhere. God is.
It's not about religion, and so much more than any church. God is the journey, the seeker and the search. If it's under the earth or it flies in the sky,
Whether heard with our ear or seen with our eye,
it may crawl on the ground or swim in the sea, maybe show up as you or decide to be me. It might first seem bad, but then lead us to good. Could be on a computer or growing like wood. It may boil with heat or freeze when it's cold, from the start as it grows till it's older than old.
Call it universal law or the truth behind all things.
Spirit, science, nature, or the creator of wings.
Name it Lord, our Father, great mystery, divine flow.
But everything is God, don't you know?
Principle number 2. I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone. I am.
It's what makes up a cloud or a fish or a tree.
God's the you that is you.
Or the me that is me.
Being made up of God stuff, we're more than just fine. We're a part of what God is, which makes us divine.
We're a cell in God's body, each drop in God's ocean. We speak with God's voice, our legs give God motion. In this one grand design, each thing plays its part, all God in expression, eyes, ears, hands, and heart. God is the all, the everything there is. If God is the soda pop,
we are the fizz!
Principle number 3. I create my experiences by what I choose to think and what I feel and believe. I think.
Your thoughts make your life. Yes, they have that much power. Good thoughts make happiness bloom like a flower. If things don't go just as you think they should, you'll find viewing them differently brings out the good.
Before you get mad or storm off in a huff, you can rethink your thoughts and move on to fun stuff.
No matter what happens, it's always your choice. When you focus on good, you give good a voice.
If you keep your faith strong and sure to believe, there is nothing in life that you can't achieve.
Principle number 4. Through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. I pray. I really pray.
Yeah. Same. Whatever it is that happens today, have faith all is good and pray this way.
No begging or fretting, just know that it's true. The best things for you will always come through.
So embrace all that comes and let go of resistance.
Pray with the knowledge.
Pray with knowledge your good is right here. Let bravery and strength take the place of your fear.
Give thanks in advance for blessings to come, and answers will come through divine wisdom.
Meditation and prayer relieve stress and strife. Just relax, connect, then refresh, live your life.
Breathe in all that's good and breathe out all the rest. Spend time in the silence to be at your best.
When you live your life trusting in God as your source, you are guided and loved, and you're always on course.
Principle number 5. I do and give my best by living the truth that I know. I make a difference. I live.
The truth you live is alive in your heart. It's not just some words in your head. It determines your outlook, the way you feel, and where in this life you'll be led.
So embrace all that comes and let go of resistance.
Because what you believe creates your existence.
Look for the best in all that you see.
And no matter what comes, you will always be free.
Find something to love in whomever you meet.
And know that a loss really isn't defeat.
Sorry. Let go of the blame and find ways to make peace.
Truly forgive and your anger release.
Be grateful for blessings no matter how small.
And trust God will catch you if ever you fall.
Give the best you can, being you to perfection.
And seek God within if you need direction.
When the thoughts you think and the things you do are aligned with these principles, all tried and true, your life will be such an incredible gift, and the light that you shine will inspire and uplift.
Do you see? Have you guessed? The 5 are alive in you. You're uniquely divine, one of a kind. Make the most of your time being you. Leaders, please stand. Leaders.
So the first thing, and some of you have heard me say this, but we are so blessed to have this woman in our youth ministry. And if you have not heard, she works for our church and Unity of Nashville. She is coordinating with both groups because when we have activities, we can have youth from there and youth from here and come all together, and it's amazing. We're also on the same page. We're doing the same kind of things. So our youth are really in the flow together, which is awesome. She is also very much sought out in the unity movement. Know that. People, I was on an online class just this week, and I had a minister from another place contact me and said, "You've got that person that did that yoga thing, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." She said, "I need information about 12-Power Yoga." So know that Stephanie is out there representing us and Unity of Nashville and the Nashville area with unity for all youth, and that is huge. So I want you to give her another round of applause.
Thanks. Thank you, everyone. But the truth of it is, I couldn't do it without the people on this stage. And some of them are missing, and they're with us here in spirit. They have each one inspired me in different ways to guide me in feeling like I'm living my freedom and going out and spreading my wings. One thing I am going to say, and Crystal knows this, and I think Brian and Shell, and I know Rev D knows this, I proclaimed something pretty big a couple years ago. And I said, I'm going to just live my life and make money being me and work with people I love. And that's what I'm going to do. And that's what was freedom for me. And this is working with the people I love. And Shell, if you weren't here to run the show when I'm not here, I don't know what I would do. She brings her love for children as well as all the many talents, like producing massive scripts for me when I have these ideas of coming up and doing a rhyming thing. Can we just kind of do a rhyming thing? And she's able to work that out. And I couldn't do it without you. Thank you. So, Crystal always has the answers because we've been in meetings and it's always, just ask Crystal. Just ask Crystal. And what do? I call and I just ask Crystal. And from creating, she was a huge part in creating this with me. She did all of the color sheets. She took all my crazy ideas and did all the graphics just like she did on 12 Powers Yoga. And I couldn't have done it without you. Beyond grateful for our friendship and what you bring to my life. So Tim's not here, but that's okay. He wasn't feeling well this morning, but Tim and Brian ran this youth ministry forever. And when I stepped in, I kind of think maybe they were thinking about stepping out. Maybe. And I knew I had some really big shoes to fill, and they're still here, in it with me, every step of the way. And whenever I have need an idea, need support, Brian, I'll come up with something, and I'll say, well, do you think I should do it? And this is what I always says, yes. I don't think I've ever gotten a time where this man did not say, yes. And that's huge. Support. And from allowing these youth to write the Green Lantern lesson, and do you think it's a good? Yes. It's spoilers. That's all I'm going to say. No more spoilers. I couldn't do it. I couldn't. And these are also my village to our children and everything. And you all know that. So I love you all. Thank you. You guys can now go sit down. They're like, you're going to make us stand there? Yes. We decided to take today and use this as kind of a stepping forward in all of our youth spiritual journeys. So I've been here a while. I've been here a hot minute, and I've been watching these teens and tweens and kids grow up. So I'm going to kind of begin with Cameron. When asked all our leaders what would describe this person, there were more words than we could shake a stick at. But we said talented, creative, passionate, ambitious, and I love this one, stylish. So you stand there for a minute. Our next tween is described as joyous, smart, dependable, bubbly, athletic. That's Shannon. Come forward, Shannon. They did not know this was going to happen. So each family is going to be presented their very own 5 Come Alive books. So thank you to Scott and Shell Rattray for giving us these beautiful, beautiful youth. Yes. Okay, y'all can go sit down. So see if you can guess who this one is. Strong, hilarious, creative, bold, determined. Yes, Torrin, that's you. Get on up here. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I've been here so long that we now have Cameron as a YOUer, which is in our teen program, and Shannon is moved up to Uniteen. So I remember when y'all were just in the kid program. We've also got the most passionate, kind, dependable, responsible, and thoughtful person in Brianna. Come forward. She is also YOU. Smart, kind, authentic, curious. That's Everett. Everett, get on up here, honey. Yes, come forward. That's you. And then, if y'all couldn't guess, Mr. Energetic, courageous, smart, loving, and funny, Kedrick. Also, his first multi-generational service. He's dabbing. Big thanks to Mike and Crystal for this beautiful family. Thank you. So it was kind of hilarious when I went to try to find words for my own children. So I had to ask the other leaders. Funny, affectionate, talented, creative, protective, strong. That's Thomas Colucci. Come on up. Oh, we have another one. Good looking. That just came from the audience. Oh, hilarious, confident, positive attitude, knowledgeable, Jackson Colucci. Yes, that's why they got labeled funny and hilarious. So get down. I'm very proud to call them my children. Thank you. We're all very we do authentic transformation very well here. We have a couple of families not mentioned today. Nikki, Selena, they're not here. The Alsups, Cole and Cullen, they are a huge part of our lives, and I know they're here with us in spirit, and they bring so many wonderful, wonderful attributes to this youth ministry. So they'll be home with one of their books as well. So, thank you, guys. You make my life more better.
What I will say to you is once we start this song, if you can sit down, I have no idea what's the matter with you. But anyway.
We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom. Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom.
I've lived my life for many a year from a place of doubt and fear. Then I remembered who set me here, and I embraced my freedom.
Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom. Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom.
I've made some mistakes, I've acted a fool, tried to live by others' rules. I've got my own bag of tricks, my own kind of cool. I'm living out my freedom.
Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom. Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom.
Don't ever be what you're not meant to be. Open your eyes to who you're meant to be. Don't give up your dignity. Walk your path to freedom. Sing with us.
Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom. Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom.
If we want respect, that's what we have to give. Thank you, baby. If we want love, that's what we have to leave. If we want forgiveness, then we have to forgive. Then we'll know we'll
We're talking about freedom. Freedom. We're singing about freedom. Freedom.
that again? Boy, that was awesome. That was hot. I tell you, I think that's my favorite song ever. Right there, I think it's my favorite song ever. What a perfect time for us to have the opportunity to give back to our spiritual community by engaging in our sacred walk of abundance. Just to remind those of you who forgot since last week, or you might be new here for the very first time, we come forward and we take one of the affirmations from the bowl and put our tithes and offerings and gifts into the crystal bowl over there. If you'll take those gifts in your hand and say the affirmation with me, please. I live in the midst of infinite abundance. I give freely and fearlessly to life, and life gives back to me.
I don't usually tell people this, but Judy and I will not be here next week. Now, that doesn't mean that you all can go off and do something else. But I want to tell you that that's another way that I tithe back to the unity movement. We're going to Seattle, Washington. There is a woman in the Bellevue, Washington church who is jumping through the hoops to become ordained, and I am her mentor. Part of what I have to do is be with her church for an extended period of time. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go to Seattle and party. That's another piece that we're going to do. And we're going to cruise to Canada and all of that, but we'll just be gone for a week, so we're going to have a great time. Know that Deb Moore and Ryan are going to keep it in the lanes for you. So it will all be awesome. So let's open our hands and our minds and our hearts. Living, loving Spirit, we just thank you for this amazing day that we've had. And thank you for our youth of unity, because they are shining a light in a way that we can wake up and understand that it's about living these principles out in the world. It's not just about learning about them. We know that as we give, we so receive. We thank you so much for these tithes and offerings, and we know that they have blessed us already, and that these tithes and offerings will move back out into the world to bless and to create more abundance for others. We know that as we give, so shall we receive. And that receiving is heaped up, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, for that's the law, and so it is. Amen.
I got to tell you, being in the flow of abundance means you send your energy back out to that which gives you energy. And I could acknowledge Reverend D and Judy and the guys in the band and the praise and worship team, but I'll tell you who gave me energy today. The Youth of Unity and Kedrick. So thank you guys for being here with us. Let's stand and join hands and sing together.